everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Today we're going to be going through all of my empties for November 2024. So this is all of the fragrance. I've used up a lot of fragrance this month. My body care, my skincare, no hair care this month, my nail polish, my makeup. Everything's going to be broken down category by category in case you're only interested in certain stuff. And of course, next month will be the next update for my Bath & Body Works empties that I do every 2 months if you just want to see that content. Now, before we dive into our regularly scheduled programming, I have 3 bonus empties to talk to you about today. Bonus empties do not count towards my yearly value of everything for one reason or another. 2 of these are more of a tool type items, and one of them is one that my husband used up, but I still have a review for it. So first up, finally finished this guy off. God is used up as it's going to be. This is another of those Luxie sponges. I think I already threw out the packaging. This lasted longer than I thought it would because this kind of started getting kind of gross and, peely like this. But then it lasted a pretty decent amount of time. So I got 3 months out of it. Whenever you guys last saw the other one. So I've now finished this. It was a bag of 2. It is done. It is out. Glad to have it. So that's going to go into my garbage. The other thing that's going to go into the garbage, I believe this is it's an eye pencil sharpener or a lip pencil. It's a sharpener, essentially. I believe this was from Dragon Beauty. It came with a really, really long lip liner in Boxycharm, a couple of years ago. This was, it was a pretty decent one. There's some stuff in there, but whatever. The reason why I'm going to be calling this done is because it's just eating up so much pencil to be able to sharpen. So I am calling this done. It's not very effective anymore. Although I can get to a good sharpened point, it eats up too much product to get there. So it's kind of ridiculous. So we're done. I've been using it for a while. So I've went back to the one I was using before this. So this is also going in the garbage. And then this is my husband's empty. So this is from Elemis. This is their Peptide Plumping Pillow Facial. This is an overnight mask, and he has used it all up. Now, I really like Elemis. The formula of this was so good. I really liked how it felt. It was rich. It was hydrating. It's expensive. But the reason why I gave this to my husband is the scent. It smelled like tea. And I'm not a tea drinker. I'm not a coffee drinker. I know it's really weird that I don't drink either. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink pop. I drink chocolate milk. That's my thing. But this smelled like tea, and I just couldn't do it. I think I used it 2, maybe 3 times, and it's like, husband, here you go. And so he ended up using it up, and I don't know if he really has thoughts on it. He just kind of uses whatever I give him. But I'm sad because it was so good formula-wise. It was just the scent was not for me. So that is going to get properly cleaned out, recycled, and we can move on. So those are my bonus empties. Let's get into our regularly scheduled programming. All right, let's talk empties. Where do I want to start today? I think I'm going to start off with skincare today. It's a pretty small category of stuff. So first, let's talk about the cleanser you guys have seen under project. This is from Korres. This is their foaming cream cleanser. It was a 20 milliliter sample. Started, I think I got some use up here, and then I finished it off. This was fine. I was a little bit nervous about it compared to the mask thing that I ended up using, like a body mask. But again, this kind of cleanser, it didn't impress me enough to be able to buy it or want to buy it. So I used it up. It was fine. Can't give much more review of that. And the other cleanser that you haven't seen, it's a nice little bonus for you if you're watching the empties. This, I was between cleansers and projects. So I think I finished that, and then I used this, and I just finished it earlier this month. I had a little bit left. This is from Neostrata, the Restorer. This is their PHA facial cleanser. So I had a little bit of that exfoliant in there with the PHA. It was fine. It was 10 milliliters. This one lasted me about the same amount of time as the Korres one, I think. And it's just okay. It's there. It's fine. I used it. Wouldn't buy it. I also used this guy. So this is the Earth Harbor Nymph Nectar Superfruit Radiance Balm. You can use this as a moisturizer. You can use this as an overnight treatment, which is how I used it. I used it as an overnight sleeping mask. This, not so good. Like, the scent of this was fine. The texture was a lot thicker, so it took a little bit more to kind of pull the product out of the glass jar. Here, the glass jar was nice. I had to try to rub it over the skin. Like, it definitely left, not a film, but you could tell there was definitely, it didn't absorb in, which, again, it left on overnight, so whatever, it's fine, but yeah, stuff could stick into it a little bit more. So yeah, it was a little bit hard to work with. Didn't rub in, didn't absorb as nicely. So this is going to be a no for me. I'll also lump this into the category as well. This is my Bath & Body Works Exfoliating Lip Scrub in Banana Bananza. This scent, it's the banana ear infection medicine. Bright neon yellow, whatever that one's called. I always forget the name of that medication, but that's what this smells like. It was a really interesting experience for on the lips, but these are great. They're not the most exfoliating, so I do use them every day. It was definitely more of a summer scent, and you know, it's the end of November now, so it kind of lingered around for a little bit, but I do have a backup of it. I'm glad I do. Like, I'm not in a rush because it's not seasonally appropriate, but I will probably enjoy using it next summer, and then once it's gone, it's gone. I'm not going to be too upset. Let's talk fragrance next. So I have been really trying to work through fragrances because I'm just loving my fine fragrance mist. So we're going to start off with this sample here. This is from Chanel. This is their Essence, I think, in Gabrielle. Wasn't really big on this one. It just wasn't my kind of scent. So yeah, no, this was kind of a struggle to not really enjoy it. I like things that are fruity, vanilla, gourmand. This was not even like it was floral, I think. It was just, well, this didn't seem floral. But anyway, not so big on that one. I also used up Carolina Herrera, the EDP in Good Girl, started here. This was okay. I do have a full size of this particular perfume. I was getting kind of nervous. I had one of the old certificates from a shopper's discovery fragrance kit. And so I opted to just simply use it on this, get it used up before they didn't accept those certificates. So I'm just really loving fine fragrance mist more than perfume generally. So it's okay. Glad to have used it. And then I finally also got through this one from Mary Kay, the Dream Bright EDP. I've lost clearly lots of lines, but it started all the way up here. There were a bunch of lines in here. This one's not my favorite. I did buy when I was just starting to get more into fragrance, and I did get into perfume a little bit. It was a trio. I've used one of the 3 different scents. One's been used up before. This is now used up, and I have a third one left. This is... yeah. I'm looking at the scent notes right now. Italian bergamot, pink peppercorns, pineapple, night blooming jasmine, orange flower, tiger lily, patchouli flower, cedarwood. Like, I'm not well versed in perfume, you guys, but this just, it smells perfumey, I didn't love it. So this was 7.5 milliliters. It took me quite a while to work my way through it. And of course, my favorite, which is also the cheapest one, Bath & Body Works Fine Fragrance Mist in Strawberry Pound Cake. This is 2023 with scent notes of fresh strawberries, golden shortcake with whipped cream. I do have a backup, which is now my only one, so I have more Strawberry Pound Cake in my collection. I actually think the Fine Fragrance Mist may be my favorite version of Strawberry Pound Cake along with the hand cream. Like, there's just something so rich and strawberry and just so good about it in this form. So I love it so much, really enjoying it. So yeah, I'm glad to have it empty though, because again, my backup's sitting right there. So it's excited to have just one of these in my collection now. Let's talk nail polish. This is all kind of feeling like old news with my Project Polish. So let's start off with the one you haven't seen. This is from L'Oreal. So they had like really long dual-ended nail polishes. So you have like a color on one side and some kind of like top coat or topper on the other. This was the top coat. As you guys can see, I do have a little bit left, but I can't reach it very easily. So I'm calling this done. This bottle, though, definitely going to keep it for frankening because that brush is really quite nice and it's a smaller bottle, so it's perfect for frankening. And then we'll get that last little bit used up. So that's going to be exciting. And then into the stuff I finished. So I had a franken, so I just added other polishes into this. Originally, this was the Essence Shine Last and Go Gel Nail Polish in the shade Endless Summer. It looked more like this cap colored. You could tell it's a little bit deeper because I added some pink just to make it a little bit more flattering. Some progress marks there for you guys. This is only like an 8 milliliter bottle, so it goes fairly quickly. And I do like the brush because it is a little bit more of a wider paddle brush. So that is really quite nice to work with. But this color, definitely would not buy again. Finish this old guy here. This was a Quo by Orly nail polish. It doesn't have a name. It was 4.4 milliliters, dark brown, pretty standard. Looked like that for my progress marks. Not sure I would repurchase a dark brown like this, but I do like using it with other topper combinations. And then one I might repurchase this one, you guys. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Snap One Coat Clean Vegan Nail Polish in the shade 22 Commander in Chief. This, gorgeous. It is dark, but it's still very obviously green, which is what I loved about this particular one. It's still 2 coats, but you could get away with it in 1 coat. It's got a little bit wider of that paddle brush. Only 8 milliliters in here, so it is a little bit more expensive, but it is real nice, dries fast, really enjoyed it. Would rebuy this color. And just so you guys can see those colors in action, obviously the topper's not on here, but that's my Franken with the Essence, that's Commander in Chief, and that is the Quo by Orly color. So that was kind of my fall lineup in Project Polish. All right, let's get into some makeup next, kind of in order-ish of application. I've got a couple makeup items to share with you guys today. The first is an eyeshadow primer. These take me so long to work my way through. This was a Boxycharm item, came to us from Sandbar. This is their long wear eyeshadow primer in Shadow Light. That may be the color or the whatever, I'm not sure. This, you guys can tell, stopper's out, scraped out as much as I could. Honestly, not sure it did very much in terms of extending the wear of my eyeshadow or making it stick better or anything along those lines. So I would not buy this. I do have other eyeshadow primers in my collection that have come to me via Boxycharm, but if I were to buy one myself, I think I want to try the Milani one. I've heard lots of really good things about that one, but I don't have a need to purchase it yet because I keep getting stuff in Boxycharm. So we'll just move on from that. I do have from Mary Kay, this is their Perfecting Concealer in Light Ivory. I've used a couple of these before for the under eyes, for all over the face, stopper taken out, scraped out what I could. 6 grams of product in this one. It is fine, but you know, kind of hard to get hands on, and I have so many other concealers. I have 2 mascaras, you guys. First, let's talk about this one, which I did not like. This is from Clarins. This is their SOS Lashes Serum Mascara in Caramel. So this was a brown, and I think I just prefer the look of a black mascara just to give more contrast and definition to my eyelashes. This, maybe because it's a serum mascara, it basically did nothing for me. I tried to build it up. I eventually just used it as like a lower lash line serum because I like to put a little bit on this part here, but not much because it just looks too much. So I did this. I used it in the summer for dog walks because I'd be doing a dog walk, coming home, taking off my makeup, showering, redoing my makeup after. So I would use it for that. Definitely would not buy. And I also don't think I would do a brown mascara because I just like the look of a black mascara. Speaking of a black mascara, another Boxycharm item. Drugstore just does mascaras so well. So like any high-end mascara, I don't think I would buy. I just wouldn't. But I did enjoy the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Lash Brag. Yeah, Lash Brag Volumizing Mascara. This is still pretty heavy. Like this is kind of a weapon a little bit here. So it's got some heft to it. It was a pretty nice mascara. We had this kind of brush. And again, with mascaras, you just kind of use them until it becomes too hard to like apply and to build up, where it smudges and becomes flaky. So you never really know when you're done with these, but I did a lot of like side scraping as well. Again, it was nice, especially when I started. Like it gave such beautiful lashes, so I really did enjoy it. But again, drugstore just does mascara so well, and you know, technically they're only supposed to be for 3 months, so yeah, I'll just move on to the next one. And the last makeup item that I have finished up is a lip liner. So this is from Lancome. This was their lip liner with a brush in the shade Bronzelle. Never did use the brush. I don't know, that just freaked me out a little bit, so I never used it. This is a discontinued lip liner now at this point. The color wasn't the best for me. Like, I didn't use this as a lip liner. Like, I did the entire lip and then usually put a gloss on top. So it was a little bit like my lips, but better, but not super flattering as a color. I felt a little bit washed out in it. This was also super dry feeling. So I don't know if it was just old or whatever, but yeah, like, it was not the best, but I did get it used up. Enjoyed it enough. I enjoyed it enough. I used it to help me get through other things like glosses, so whatever. Definitely not interested in that again. I want to talk about hand-related products. We're now moving into my body care, and guys, this is a big one that I'm so excited about that you also haven't seen on my channel, and that is this big kahuna right here. So this is the soft soap. This is one of their moisturizing hand soap refills in the Soothing Aloe Vera scent. So this is a remnant from my days before I got into my Bath & Body Works hand soaps that basically you buy from Costco. You can buy 2 of these for $11.99. This refill has 2.36 liters of hand soap. So, like, it's, yeah, bang for your buck. This is the way to go. However, I just love my foaming hand soaps. I love the scents from Bath & Body Works. So I was so over this. So how did we get through it? A big chunk of this is my husband. I've been making him use this as body wash. Sorry, not sorry. He really doesn't care what he uses for body wash, so he's been making his way through these. I've been dumping a whole bunch of this into like an already used up body wash, and he's just been using that. So he's a big component of how this got done. However, it's not a bonus empty because I still had a use for it. And this is going to seem so wasteful, but anyway, bubble bath. I used this as bubble bath. And you know what? As a bubble bath, this worked real darn well. It got lots of bubbles in the tub. It wasn't like a heavy scent or anything because it was just the aloe vera scent. So it was fine. It worked really well. And obviously with bubble bath, you're using a fair amount of soap. So that's what I did. That's what my husband did. So now we have all of these giant tubs out. So he still has some of this that's in his current body wash container, but I wasn't going to wait for him to finish that to show you this because this is big and I want it gone. So he's got a little bit of this left, and then once he's done with that, I've got some body wash, like proper body wash that he can use. But we found alternative uses for this because I was not using it as hand soap. Let's talk about hand soaps. So, you know, I'm loving my Bath & Body Works. I'm loving the foaming hand soaps. I'm loving the scents. So this was one of the early fall hand soaps I put out. We did Pink Peach Blossom, and we did this one as like my summer transition scents. This is Wild Berry French Toast. It has scent notes of sweet berries, brioche French toast, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. You guys know I usually don't like cinnamon in my anything, but this was actually really good. This was new for this fall, and okay, I was risky with this one, but I actually quite enjoyed it. This was a strong hand soap scent, definitely lingered on the hands after you washed them, and I feel like if you're using this kind of soap every once in a while, yeah, it kind of does smell like wild berry French toast. So it smells pretty good. I'm pretty basic when it comes to my French toast. I just want syrup on it, and that's it. But the thing I will note, though, is with consistent use on this one, it smelled like apple pie. Don't ask me how. There's no apple in this. I don't know if it's just the cinnamon, but this smelled like apple pie. That's all I could smell. Like, I couldn't get any of the French toastness that I'm smelling at this particular moment. So that was really interesting. But you know what? Honestly, as an apple pie scent, I didn't mind it either. So it was good. I would repurchase this scent if I saw it again. I don't know if we will because it was a rather, like, unique kind of scent. We'll have to see. But I would repurchase. I wouldn't hoard it. But, yeah, I would get it again. All right, I have one more hand soap to show you guys today, and there's one more fall one that's still kicking around that I'm trying to finish off, so that'll be hopefully in December's empties. But we have a classic afternoon apple picking. You guys know I picked up 3 of these this year. This is so good. This has apple, this is pear, and a little bit of cinnamon. But honestly, all I smell on this, all I smell is apple pear. Primarily apple. Like, it's a fresh apple scent. These are both 2024 packaging, so they both came out this year. I really like the color on this one. Like, it is so stinking pretty. I do have 2 backups because I bought 3 of these this year. Last year I used up 2 afternoon apple pickings. I didn't really have many fall hand soaps. This year I've only managed to get through 1 because I'm currently using champagne apple and honey, which I didn't have last year. So, you know, still 2 apple scents, but I love apple for the fall. It's just now that we're like dumped with snow, or like we're just fully in winter mode for me right now. But I absolutely love it. Will buy more, absolutely, even though I still have 2. This is such a good scent, and I think afternoon apple picking is my favorite apple scent from Bath & Body Works. I also have 2 hand creams to show you, both from Bath & Body Works, both 2023s. The first one is from the aromatherapy line. This is the Mindful Pause of Vetiver and Vanilla. So this, yeah, I think this gave me headaches, you guys. I do not smell the vanilla at all. I think the only thing I get is vetiver. Yeah, I am done with this. I've used it as a body butter. I'm glad I returned the body cream. So, not gonna get this scent again. The hand creams are also, like, I find the strongest version of the scent. So that's something important to keep in mind as well. But yeah, definitely that is a no-go for me in the future. And I also used up last year's hot cocoa and cream. So this was in 50 Shades of Brown. Anything left in there is just completely dried out after having cut into this. So here's the thing. This smelled amazing and rich and chocolatey when I bought it last year. And I kind of hoarded this and just saved it and squirreled it away. It's not like I regret doing that because the scent didn't come out this year. And I do have 1 backup that I'm just starting to use as well, another project. So this scent is so good. However, this year, it obviously got yellow. It makes sense with this being like a chocolate scent. But it definitely had more of like a nutty fragrance to it. So like the texture didn't really change or anything, but the scent did. So I still liked it, but not as much. I'm burning the candle right now in hot cocoa and cream, and that is my absolute favorite version of the scent. Like the fine fragrance mist is a little bit too light. It doesn't have that rich, deep chocolateness that I want this to have. So if I saw it again, I would buy it, but I'd probably buy it with the intention of using it immediately so that I can enjoy that rich chocolate scent that I remember this having without it kind of sitting for a year and getting like a nutty edge to it. Now, is that just my nose? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, let's move on to a scrub. I have 1 finished off for this month. This was the Hershey's S'mores Cocoa Sugar Scrub. This was terrible, you guys. It was awful. This was the item I was most looking forward to in the collection. It came with this, a body lotion in sweet almond honey or something, or almond honey. And then there was a body butter in like a marshmallow scent. I was most excited for this. This has 300 grams in it. I got 4 uses out of it, and it wasn't very scrubby. Like, I could have used that every day, 4 days in a row. I did space it out a little bit. So uses, terrible. Part of the problem, like, there's a little bit of some scrubby to it, but it just falls off you in the shower. Like, it just goes splat, and like, it doesn't rub in very nicely. It doesn't rub on the skin. Like, it just falls off. It doesn't do very much scrubbing with whatever you actually manage to keep on your skin. And the smell of this, I was expecting a delicious, rich chocolate scent. That's not what I got in this. This is some kind of spice. Like, it's not cinnamon. I want to say it's more like nutmeg, maybe? I'm not well versed in bakery scents, but this was not great smelling. I did not enjoy this. And yeah, I'm learning, like, I'm enjoying buying scrubs from Marshalls, and some of them are okay, but some of them are duds like this, or like they're fine, but they're not very scrubby at all. So it's like, what's the point a little bit? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm getting to. But this, a bit of a hated review, but I did not enjoy this one at all, which is unfortunate because I was really looking forward to it. I did get through one body wash, not seasonally appropriate at all, but I'm glad to have gotten it done before the snow all came. St. Ives Exfoliating Body Wash in Fresh Peach and Jasmine. I used all of this up in a month, which is real darn impressive because this is 650 milliliters. I prefer the regular formula, so like the oatmeal and shea butter one from St. Ives is like their soothing body wash. I like that more than exfoliating. I prefer to have my scrubs and my body washes separate, but this is gentle enough for everyday use. And it's a decent peach scent, but I don't think I'd repurchase it because it's an exfoliating formula. Let's wrap it up with body moisturizers. First off, we had a sample from Ecological. This is their body lotion. It was unscented. It's pretty thin at 22 milliliters. Got like a use and a half out of it. It was a hotel sample type, so it got it done, got it used up. It was okay. Finally finished my Dolce & Gabbana Refreshing Body Cream in the scent Light Blue. This was being used until this point here more as a fragrance. And then here I just used it as like a body cream just to put it on my legs to get it used up. I don't like this. I don't. When I was pairing it with the actual Light Blue fragrance, when I had a sample of that perfume, I enjoyed it more, but I'm not a fan of this particular scent. I think it's too maybe fresh and clean for me, so that is done. I have two Bath & Body Works body creams. So the first one I finished off was a 2022 Sunrise Woods. This was a creamy sandalwood, sweet berries, and cozy cashmere. This started off like a spiced vanilla scent to me, and then like I don't get the berry note at all. I started using it with spiced vanilla. It was kind of okay. Then I didn't like it. And then I enjoyed it more. But not to the point where I think I would rebuy Sunrise Woods, because I'd rather use other things and smell like other things. I really enjoyed the packaging. It was quite pretty. But yeah, this is just not for me. The last item I used up was Peach Bellini. So this body cream was being used with the St. Ives body wash. Both were in a project. It fit the prompts. That's why you're seeing these very non-seasonally scents right now. This was a 2023 with Succulent Peach, Sparkling Prosecco, and Sweet Orange. This was okay. It's not as good as I wanted it to be. And I do have another body cream, and I have the Fine Fragrance Mist in this. It's sitting right up there. So, like, it's okay. I'm wondering if it's the orange in here. That's kind of throwing me off a bit. But, like, I'm glad that I have another one, but I'm not in a rush. And I think Peach Bellini is best in the hand soap. I've used one of the hand soaps up before, and now I've got two backups of that hand soap. That's it. That's my whole table. So we got some big items in here, which is kind of like eating up the bulk of the bag. Obviously, some of these things are small, like the makeup stuff doesn't take up much room, but that's everything I used up over the month of November. So when we talk about the total dollar value, obviously there's fewer items here, but some of them carry a lot of weight. So again, usual disclaimer down below. The grand total in Canadian dollars for this table is $361.53, which is definitely a much lower month for me, but not the lowest month that we've had on this channel in this year. Which brings my year-to-date total, so stay tuned for the end of the year empties, to $5,050.62 Canadian dollars of all the total dollar value, the retail value of what I've used up. I was always interested to track those numbers. I enjoy sharing it with you, but that's what I've used up this month. And you know what? We're doing okay. We're getting stuff out of my collection. We have one more month in 2024, so we'll see where this number ends up. However, I'm not expecting a ton for empties. Like, it's not going to be like this big thing, because especially for my hygiene project, use it up, I expect I'm just going to be more playing with stuff. It's not really this big push. Obviously, in other projects, I'm really pushing for finales to finish products and to like meet my goals on stuff. But between my Project Polish, which has wrapped up for this year, don't worry, the intro will be coming soon for you guys, and then my hygiene project use up, which is just like, I have so many things I just want to play with, and I'm allowing myself to do that as like an end of the year celebration. Like, I'm okay. So we'll just kind of see where it gets to, but that's going to wrap up November's empties for 2024. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see me use up the stuff that will end up being featured in these videos, make sure you subscribe. I do a lot of panic content on this channel, do a lot of hauling as well, so you guys can see when it comes into my collection and then when it leaves. And don't worry, that big end of the year empties where I show you everything I've used up, I'm scared to film that, but it's gonna be interesting. But that's gonna wrap up today's video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next one very soon. Have a wonderful day.